Hello everybody, welcome back to Nautis Home. Once again, we're going to be checking out the Coast Guard New York scenario. This is a very tough one and I'll explain why. Coast Guard New York, you start at the terminal channel in Sandy Hook Bay. You have received a call about a stranded container ship in Anchorage Area 27. Find it and get close to it to check it out. Mind the traffic and watch the depth. They aren't messing around with this. We're in the Alameda here, Coast Guard cutter. And she is long. And you can see right here, we have to pretty much stick to this line right here. If you go straying outside of it, I mean, we could go way up here and get in this channel, but you're never gonna make it to that channel because of the depth, and I'll show you why. All right, we've loaded up. We have no time to waste at all, so signals, we're gonna go underway. There we go, close that guy out. We're gonna go ahead and give this thing full forward power. Let them know we're moving. All right, wonderful. Let's get our radar on. Let it warm up. We're gonna get this thing up to about 15 knots or so, and what we're gonna do is go to head up on this guy, and we are going to go out to the first set of buoys here and check this out. Look at this mess, okay? You can't go out this way and out this channel or up there. You're just never gonna make it with the depth the way it is. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna pull that back a little bit. So we need to go out in, as it showed us there, we need to be right on the edge and go in between these buoys all the way out to sea. That's what we have to do. So it's going to be wild. This one's going to be wild. Let's pull back a little bit more. We're at 15 knots. That's good. Check out the other Coast Guard cutter here on the left-hand side. 749. We're both 749, but I believe we are different than them. Yeah, they are the Alcatraz, and we are the Alameda. So there you go. Pretty cool that we have different liveries as we are leaving the port right now. Beautiful. All right, we're at 15 knots or so. Let's give it a little bit more power at 11 now, so there we go. Beautiful. Hit the helm once again. And we need to get out and look at any traffic. We have some vessels out here. We got a cruise ship, got some sort of fishing ship over there, or boat, a pilot ship, and a little catamaran to our left. He should be no problem for us. So we need to keep an eye on these buoys and keep it between them, you know, right side being the port side, or the starboard side, and the red side being the port side. So just like the navigation lights and the red and the green, as you see there, it's kind of confusing, I know, but we need to stay in between the buoys in order to get out of here safely, which is going to be a lot. So you can move these things around. Did not mean to do that. You can move these things around wherever you want. You can put them on different monitors and whatnot, if you would like. But you would not see it if I did it that way. We're at 13 knots, a little bit more power here. Push it in the middle, we'll be together. We're still in standby, aren't we? We're not transmitting the radar yet. There we go. And the gain needs to be much lower. Much lower, so we're not picking up all the sea. We're gonna go to true on the wind. Last time I had it on relative. We're gonna go true on this one. So now we have 8.4 knots just off the north there. Looking okay here. And we need to go opposite day here. So to go to the green, we have to go this way. I know feels weird to do that, but that's just how the ship is set up. And we're gonna make our turn to the right. And thank you all so much for all the wonderful comments I got in the last video. I'm not a mariner at all. I don't know what any of this stuff does, so we're just having some fun. Put that in the center right there. Beautiful. And basically they were saying don't go full on either side. You would rarely do that unless you're in an emergency situation. That's the reason why you start getting that death wiggle starting to happen. And we don't want that to be the case. So here we are, we're gonna go through this first set of buoys here and then out this way. And then we need to go around this way into here. Then we have to find ourselves in this channel here that's gonna take us out to sea. It's gonna be very little room for error, but look how shallow this is. It's insane. Absolutely insane. So we are finally underway. Wonderful. We're just gonna keep going this direction for now. We went through the first set of buoys. We're gonna go a little left here, just a little left, and we're gonna get lined up because you can see that one right there. That's that green one. And then we have the red one out there, and then we have the big boys out there as well. Keep an eye on those. There we go. And we'll put it in the center. Fantastic. We could always use the autopilot system if we would like as well. That is always available to us. We turn on the autopilot 4.3 right now, and we can go off of that. I think 4.3 is going to work for us here. May go for 0. Just kind of getting, because this buoy is a lot further away than it looks on the map. That's what we're doing there. And we're keeping an eye on vessels out here as well. with all of that. Let's look at the binoculars. Let's go on the wing, actually. There's that vessel there. Where'd that little catamaran go? I think he's over there. Yeah, he's chilling over there. Looking good. Look at the bridge out there. We got some buildings. We are in New York, and there's the cruise ship heading out as well. Got to keep an eye on those guys. So I did see the trailer for Seafarer. I have been following that project for a while. I'm very excited about it because I love, ship games, boat games, whatever. So to have another one, it's going to be great. However, it is going to be published by Astragon, so I have some caution when it comes to that because they're notorious for pushing out games and then rarely, if ever, updating them and living up to the expectations people have when they purchase those games. So I do plan on buying it. So if it's something that you've been waiting to see, just give it a minute, Let me be the one. Let me be your guinea pig, as usual. All right, I see that buoy there, and I see that one there on the right. So we should be okay as far as that goes. What am I doing? We're on autopilot, duh. So let's go 3.7, 3.5 on that. That should get us a nice trajectory this way. And then we go this way, and we go around to the right, and then in between there. We don't want to go outside of here, because look at that depth. It is very shallow there. Our echo sounder is showing 2 meters of water underneath, of depth. It's not a lot. Look at that, even less. And if the wind picks up and you're in shallow, you're going to get that bobbing up and down, and you're going to hit the ground if it were to get that bad. I don't think we're going to run into that issue here, though. I don't. As long as you follow this channel, that's the first thing I noticed when I opened this one up. I saw this here. I was like, okay, that's a clear channel there. Look how deep that is. But we can't ever make it over there because look at these depths here. These are markers like, hey, you're going to hit the ground, buddy. So that's why we're not doing that. But I was looking at this chart and I was like, okay, so we're going out here. Remember from the original briefing, and I saw these here and I was like, okay, this has to be the channel to go out. I don't know. I haven't done it before, so we're going to find out together. But I mean, it looks deeper here, like 9 meters compared to like over here. Well, that's about the same. No, that's the big shipping lane there. Where that guy is right there. He's up in that one. I mean, I think this is going to work. I don't know. To me, I would say that the way these buoys are set up, I would not want to go left of that at all. That looks really bad over there. That looks really bad. So we're going to do exactly that. I mean, who knows? Although I have noticed that sometimes this chart, when you have it on here, it's not 100% accurate. On the wing starboard side, we can see there is that green buoy right there. And then we should be looking for the red one, which is there. So we need to make our turn now to the right. Go about 050 on that. Back to the helm. And we are turning. We're at 4 meters right now, looking good on our depth. That's better than what we started with, that's for certain. Turn to the right a little bit more. So yeah, 50 isn't going to be enough. It's going to be more like 65 probably to get around that. I know it seems weird to, go to the left of this buoy when it's like so close to the land, but according to the chart, that's what we're supposed to do. That's why they have the green one on the right there and the red one there. Why they're spaced out the way they are. Probably just because of all this over here. We should be fine as long as we're to the right side of this guy, which we're at 6.5 now, which is exactly what I thought it was going to be. So wonderful. Watching that echo sounder right now. We have a vessel out there, Where is our vessel we're supposed to meet up with? I think it's out at sea quite a bit. So we still have a ways to go with that. I did notice that with the mooring system last time when we did the mooring system, the dock we went to didn't have the actual pylons there to moor up to. So you have to have those in there, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. Okay, 4 meters, we're looking good here. Let's go a little bit more to the right. How are we looking on the wing port side? Yep, we're going to clear that buoy, no problem, as we're making our right turn, which should get us in the channel out there. It should. I believe this is how you do it. I don't know. I just see the red and the green, and you keep it in between there for the most part. There's a reason why they have this channel cut out, because it's so shallow, you know? That has to be what it is. And you can see just how close we were to that buoy there on the map compared to what it visually looked like. Yeah, we have some room between the channel we're going in today, so I think we're going to be just fine with that. I mean, I say that now, but we need to watch out for any other vessels. We got that big cruise ship moving out there. There he is. Anybody else out there? Is there anybody out there? I don't see anybody out there. We're looking good right now, for the most part. Because we're on a rush, you know, a rush to get out there. We're not messing around. I mean, we're cooking here at 13 knots. We're actually going to push our power a little bit further forward here. We do have the depth. Well, we're 4 meters here. It's kind of scary to get going faster. Let's go right around 15 knots, I think, is going to win for us for now. And we're at north up on this. I'm putting head up. I like head up much better on that. And thank you for explaining what EBL and VRM is. We're not going to be using that today, but very cool that all that is actually modeled. And I do resonate with all of y'all. I absolutely hate the subscription model on this sim. I think it's stupid for a home sim, you know, the home version of the full sim that's used in training. So I totally understand that. But I did get a subscription for a year. And this was a little under a year ago, so I don't have very much longer on it. I don't think I'm going to renew it because I've pretty much seen what there is in the sim. I've just never successfully finished all of the scenarios, so you guys have been enjoying this, so I think we're going to do the same. What is this off our nose here? What is that? You see that? That's the cruise ship there, but... Oh, it's a giant buoy there. Yeah, look at that. It's the big, tall one, which is probably this up here, which is just telling us to go out to the right. See, there's our channel there to the right. That makes sense to me, I think. I could be wrong, and we're just going to smash this thing into the ground. But, I mean, the depth is looking good here. We're at 3.8 meters. That's extremely shallow. I can't imagine how harrowing this actually would be for a captain to navigate, because this is pretty wild. Okay, there's a vessel out there. What's that? What's that over there? Oh, it's a oil tanker coming in. Is he coming in the channel I am? I might have to pass him on one side here. He's got a pilot boat out there, and that's a giant cargo ship out there. That might be where we're supposed to go. That looks in that direction. Like, that's looking off to our right over here, and that's out kind of what it showed in that whole briefing. So we're gonna see. Oh, this is gonna be tight. I don't know what this guy here is doing. I might go to manual mode here in a minute. We're gonna start that right turn here. We'll go about 8.5 on the turn, and still chugging along here about 15 knots, 5.8 meters. So we still have some good depth happening right here. As far as that's concerned, I want to stay left of this. Obviously, that's showing us where the real shallow stuff is. We don't want to hit that. And I think we're actually seeing, is that sand underneath the water there? Or is that just the weird lighting happening? No, it's over there on the left too. I don't know. That might be the shallow spots. And that would make sense. You know, we're carving in between this stuff. Yeah, that guy's going to be a problem, I have a feeling. We're going to have to keep an eye on him. All right, we're at 8.5. We're going to turn to 090 now and continue out this way to the right. Actually, it's going to be a harder turn than that, so let's go 9.5. All right, we're making our turn now. All right, I can see this guy here. I'm going to turn autopilot off. We're going manual here. So I'm going to go to the right. He looks like he's staying to the left, so we're going to be passing him on the starboard side of anything. Well, he would be on our port side, but we're turning this way now. We're going to get aimed right at this. We should have enough room to pass in between them, no problem. We'll be passing on his port side. There we go. Straighten it out. Using little maneuvers here. We got about 3 meters of depth here, so not a lot to play with here as we are sharing this channel with this guy coming in. Let's have a look and see if it makes sense. There he is right there. Oh yeah, we got plenty of room if we just stay to the right. And I think we're doing it legally if we do it this way. Which that's what I want to do. Make everybody happy. But yeah, Seafarer, very excited for that. I do know about it. And let's hope, you know, it turns out to be good enough, because I wouldn't expect a lot of updates. Sadly, they have a reputation for that. Okay, still at 15 knots. We're looking good here. I think once we get into some more depth, then I'll open it up a little faster, because I think we're going out to that ship. So it looks like to me. Okay, a little more turn to the right. Just a little bit of turn to the right. Give him extra room because he has to make that left turn. Center that up. There we are right there. Yeah, see, we're curving to the right in this channel. I think we straighten this out here. We're going to be just fine. We're at 3.8 meters. The wind is picking up, though. It's going to be off of our, off the port stern side there at 8.4 knots. But this is really cool. We're going to wave to them as they go by. All right, we're looking good here in the channel right now. We're at 4 meters of depth, and we can probably go back to our actual autopilot. This does update as you turn, which is really nice. Autopilot's going to come back on. Well, maybe a little left turn here by a degree, and that should get us in the right direction, because this seems to go pretty straight out from here. And then once we get into the open waters, we can make that right turn and head right to him. I think that's where we're supposed to go. All right, I'm pretty comfortable with this this trajectory we got going on here. We're going to be able to open up these engines a little bit more now. We're at 4.8 meters, so about 5 meters. We're pretty much dead center on there. We're going to go about 132 on that guy, and let's bring this thing all the way up on power. And we're going to head out here, watching for this. I think it's a pilot boat we saw earlier, but we only have one more set of buoys to get through, and we can make our turn out to that. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going. Pretty sure it's that guy. This is the biggest thing out there. That's in that general area that was in the briefing. There we go. We're getting some speed now. 22 knots. Yeah, this cutter can get up and go if it wants to. What is he doing out there? He is just chilling. Yeah, we should be fine to go right behind him to the right. And the cutter is pretty maneuverable. So I think we'll be just fine with that. Yeah, now we're up to 27.6 knots, so that 27 is pretty much our max. We're at full power here, 236 RPM, 100% on both sides. All right, 6 meters, and it should get deeper over here. We should be able to start our turn to the right. Turn the autopilot off. We're going to turn this thing to the right about 10 degrees or so. We're still cruising here at about 25 knots, so we got a lot of speed, but look at how maneuverable this thing is once we get up to speed. 7 meters now, looking much better. Aim it just towards this vessel here. There we go. Look at that turn radius. Man, what a unit this is. a ton of fun to operate. I will say that. All right, zero it out right there. I don't know how close we need to get it to it, but we're going to go a little more left. Just a tad left. Keeping it rolling here at full speed. We wasted enough time in that channel, but I didn't want to go, 25 knots through that channel. It's a lot of room. There's not a lot of room for error there. Even though it seemed pretty wide, if you're doing 25 knots, like, good luck. If you run into a, running a ground situation on each side, you're just going to hit it and it's going to tear stuff up. So I think we're fine here for now. This is looking good. This is looking really good. We're almost out here to him. It doesn't show up on the map, which I really wish, for the scenarios, they would be like, hey, go here. That would be nice. Get our range in a little bit closer, half a nautical mile. Start painting them here in a minute. We're getting all the waves on there. It's really cool. Yeah, I think this is where we're supposed to go. Yep, he's way off there to the left. We're looking good. Nobody to our right. We're just smooth sailing out here. Not bad at all. Yep, there's the vessel right there showing up on our radar. Nice. We're at 8 meters of water. It's not super deep here. You see what I'm talking about? Like, this depth here is showing 15 meters. Now, it is an echo sounder, so, I mean, it could be correct, but we're just getting the actual echo sounder reading of 9 meters. Well, everything's pretty accurate. All right, let's slow down here. Do we need to talk to them? We're going to go to idle and turn it to the right a little bit more. And we're going to get out on that wing on the port side and see if we notice anything wrong with the vessel. I think this is what we're supposed to do. They said to observe it, right? Well, we're observing it. We're here. Oh, reach destination. You found the MV. Go for it. Nice work. Sweet. Well, that was it. That's all we had to do was just come out here and just check on them. Nice rescue mission here today. That's a cool looking ship. I want to operate that. That'd be pretty neat. All right, as we pull up next to this vessel, you can see in the distance there goes the cruise ship, and that's that oil tanker, that small oil tanker there moving out as well. We have completed the scenario. That's all we had to do was navigate out there. But the difficulty on this one is all about depth. So that's the reason why we played around, with 15 knots. I know it seems slow, especially on a rescue mission, but we did not want to get into a bad situation there. And think about doing 25 knots, having to navigate around that other guy that was coming in. That wouldn't have been very pleasant to get that thing slowed up. But the cutter is very, very maneuverable. I had a lot of fun operating it. Let me know what you thought of Nautis Home in the comments below. You guys liked the last video, so here we are once again. If you want to see more Nautis Home, check out this video where we took our sweet time outside of Gibraltar, headed down to see it.